Welcome to the Fierce as Fuck podcast. I'm your host, Amanda King, and I'm here to teach anybody who wants to fucking listen how to have the audacity to say fuck it to societal standards and live their most authentic life. This podcast is dedicated to bringing sexual conversations from behind closed doors onto the main fucking stage. Because sex, masturbation, squirting, guess what? It's all fucking normal. And by bringing these conversations to the forefront, we help people feel less alone in this world. We help them feel safe. We help them gain their power back, step into their confidence, and have the ability to express themselves authentically as fuck in this world. Because it takes fucking audacity to be your truest self. And we have boatloads of audacity up in this bitch. So let me ask you this. Are you ready for some epic shit? Hello, everybody. I could not be more excited than to drop this episode today and discuss my newest venture, my newest project, my newest just baby, basically, of SMEX ED Magazine. And this episode is just going to be dedicated to the magazine and telling you a little bit more about it, why I created it, and maybe a little bit about some of the writers who are helping me bring it to life. And so SMEX Ed Magazine, I shit you not, as dumb as this sounds, actually came to me. The idea came to me in a dream I had one night. I believe in divine timing. And I always believe that there is some power out there so much bigger and so much greater than all of us that is kind of sometimes taking the wheel and just, I don't know, putting you on the exact path that you need to go on. And so one night I had a dream, and I don't remember much of the dream except for the fact that I woke up in the morning and I was like, I need to create a magazine. I need to write a magazine. And I turned to my husband that morning and I said to him, I have an idea for a digital magazine. I think I want to create a magazine that is just sex positive, like super informational, but provides people with education about their bodies that they just didn't get in high school or any type of schooling, honestly, because even college, human sexuality, we don't focus on pleasure as much as just the anatomy and what it's capable of. And so I said to him, I was like, I just want to create this magazine so that it's a digital resource and that it's free so that anybody who's everybody from anywhere can go onto this website and they can look at these articles and they can just feel safer in their body. They can just feel good about who they are and about what they want. And I want to have a bunch of different topics that I can't personally speak on because, like I've said before, my experience in this world is of a cis white female, and I want to be able to bring on other writers from other backgrounds to diversify the amount of information that we can give to men, women, people who just want to learn a little bit more about sex. And I said that to my husband, and he looked at me and he goes, "That's a really good idea." And I said, "I know, it really is." And he's like, "Well, what made you think of it?" And I said, "I swear to God, I just it came to me in a dream last night. And I think it's something that could be fucking huge." And I haven't felt this excited about something in a really long time. And for those of you who don't know, I'm an extremist. And so when I really truly commit to something, when I make the decision that I want to do something, I go at it with full fucking force, full force. And I wanted to be able to get this magazine out as soon as humanly possible. The idea came to me, I think, at the end of January. So we have secretly, behind the scenes, been working on getting this magazine out to you today. Yes, today. As you are listening to this podcast episode, I am hoping, by the grace of those powers that be, that the magazine has launched and that it is up on the website, which is www.smexed.com, which we will also link in the show notes. And I want this magazine to make people feel safe. in their bodies. And I found a group of writers to help just bring it to life, to make it something so beautiful and so unique and so fun. It contains statistics and facts and research, but it also contains personal stories and just personality, right? I think the hardest part about learning about sexuality and exploring sexuality is you start researching shit. And all of the research, it's so dry, y'all. It's so dry. I have read so many studies on female ejaculation and squirting and orgasms, and a lot of it is just so fucking boring, right? It's one of the reasons I really didn't pay attention in school was because it felt like school. It felt dry. It lacked personality and connection and intimacy. It lacked life. And I can suck it up and try to get through these studies, but I know that the average person is like 3 paragraphs in. Fuck this shit. This is boring as hell. Or they get hit with so many different science words and statistics and all of this that it ends up feeling so fucking heavy. I love the book Come As You Are. I have started reading it and it has taken me months to get through this book, and I'm still not through it. And not because the author isn't giving great information, because it is a book so chock full of the most amazing fucking information ever. It's just very science-based. It's very heavy. It is very, each chapter is like 20 fucking pages long. And then after you read the chapter, which takes you 6 years to read the chapter, you're like, did I retain any of that information that I just learned? And so I didn't want SMEX Ed to be a magazine that is like research, studies, statistics, all of this dry information. I wanted this magazine to be a little combination of everything. I wanted this magazine to be a place where people can learn how to squirt and also hear my personal stories about how I learned to squirt. I want this magazine to be for people who want to explore different aspects of their sexuality, BDSM, MFM types of relationships, open relationships, and to have a resource to go to just find out more information from real fucking people who are experiencing it, who are going through it, and who just want to educate others to feel better about this. Because I get so many messages all the time about people feeling like a sexual deviant. And what is a sexual deviant? And like, if I explore BDSM, does that mean this? And if I explore having a threesome, does it mean that? And well, I want to have an open relationship, but my husband, I don't even know how to talk to him about that. And like, what are the different types of open relationships? I wanted a one fucking place to help you guys find this information. Because honest to God, the amount of research out there is daunting. The amount of lack of, I should say, education is daunting. And I just wanted this to be a fun magazine where every single person could just find one article that would make them feel safer in their bodies because someone else is experiencing, fantasizing, embracing this aspect of themselves that they are fearing or shunning or shaming. I want this magazine to just be a magazine for the people, by the people, I guess, as corny as that sounds. And I know that the magazine it's going to start out small, y'all. I think the first episode, not the episode, I keep saying episode, the first volume, the first issue is, I think, 10 articles total. And for a magazine, that's not a lot of articles, but this is a brand new free resource that we are trying to bring to you, and it's going to take a little bit of time to bulk this bitch up, right? I am one person with about 5 writers, and we are a ragtag group of writers who are trying to get this up and running. And my hopes is after this first issue drops that people love it, people appreciate it, people share it with their friends. And then the next issue in April will have 12 articles. The next issue after that, maybe 16. And one day, every issue has 15 to 20 articles that you can have an entire month to read. And then you can go and look at past articles. That is my hope of this magazine. My hope of this magazine is that it will fucking explode, because I think the world really needs this magazine. And so let's discuss why it's called SMEX Ed, SMEX ED. Because a lot of people are like, well, why wouldn't you call it sex ed? The reason I called it SMEX Ed is kind of a big fuck you to all of the social media platforms out there and all of the censorship that sexual educators get hit with on a daily basis when all they're trying to do is educate humans about their bodies and make people feel safe. If you have followed this podcast for a while, you know that I have been slammed with community guideline violations to the extent of losing my 100,000 follower fucking TikTok account. 100,000 followers. I literally posted on that account for a year, grew it, and one day could not log on and lost all of my followers and tried to appeal. And they didn't even give me the option to appeal. I chased TikTok for a month in their emails and they just kept saying you're permanently banned with no rhyme, no reason, all because of they said sexuality and nudity guideline, which basically is they can put anything underneath that guideline. Their guidelines are so fucking whack that they can literally put anything that's nuanced sexually underneath that guideline. And that made me so fucking mad. And one of the reasons it really made me mad is because I noticed it happened more to female educators on that platform specifically than male educators. There are videos where men are talking about squirting. I am stitching those videos to give actual facts because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And then my video gets taken down and hit with a community guideline video while their video gets, 5 million views, just spreading misinformation all over the fucking platform. There have been times where I have stitched their videos and my sound gets taken out because it's community guideline violated. And it is so fucking stupid. And it's such bullshit that I can't even say the word sex. I have to edit it to SMEX, SMEX. I can't say clitoris. I have to say smitoris. I can't say vagina. I have to say the body. I have to say smagina. I have to throw this S and this M in front of fucking everything. Can't say orgasm. It's smorgasm. Can't say penetration. It's smenitration. Smasturbation. All of these stupid fucking ways that we are censoring language that should be not censored because it's not hurting anybody. It is factual language that each and every single one of us experience, and it is educational content. And yet still these social media platforms don't get on board with this, and they still hit us with community guideline violations. I got in Facebook jail for about 3 weeks in December, all for posting a body positivity campaign in my stories. Literally, it was a picture of me in a bra and underwear stating that every single woman's body is different and that we shouldn't hold ourselves to this ideal, quote unquote, body image that society is telling us to do and to be because it's unrealistic. And someone reported me for that. So I got censored. Literally, they shut down all of my views on my reels, which were hitting almost 100,000 views per reel at that point. My growth slowed down exponentially. It's just starting to pick back up, all because someone reported a picture of me in a sports bra and panties. And this is the bullshit that female creators deal with every single day on these platforms. And so I called it SMEX Ed as a big fuck you to all of these platforms who think that they can censor us and censor something and make it taboo when it should never, ever fucking be taboo. Why should sex be taboo? Each and every single one of us experience it. Why should masturbation be taboo? Each and every single one of us experience it, and it's fucking normal. Why should we make this language a community guideline violation when it is just educational language that would make every single person on this planet feel a little safer in their bodies and safer in their lives? And so my goal with SMEX Ed is to give you uncensored content, right? If I want to say the word pussy, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it 1,000 fucking times. We're going to say the word penis and sex and masturbation and porn instead of corn. That one kills me too. We are going to discuss topics that these other platforms won't let us talk about on SMEX Ed. We are going to give you content and resources that are going to help each and every single one of you. And if it doesn't help you in that issue, it's going to help one of your friends. SMEX Ed is bringing conversations that the rest of the world is shoving behind closed doors, and we are bringing them on the stage and making them the spotlight, because they should be the spotlight. There are so many times in my life where I've had conversations with specifically women about sex, and we have to act like we are planning to commit a murder when we talk about it. We close the blinds, we close the doors, and we're whispering about all these things to do with sex. I have had my college roommate pull her pants down in front of me and ask me, is it normal that my clit actually is outside of my lips? I have had a friend of mine last year say to me, I think that my lips are beefy and saggy and hangy. Like, it doesn't, my lips don't look like the pictures that I'm seeing online. I have had women message me over and over again with the question, is it normal? No matter what the question is, it always ends in, is it normal? I squirt too much. I don't squirt enough. I can have 6 orgasms. I can't have any. I want to explore this. I want to talk to my husband about this. Is this normal? Is this normal? And the reason everyone's asking, is it normal, is because society has told us that we're not allowed to have these fucking conversations with each other. Society has told us that these conversations need to be kept behind closed doors. And so this whole entire world is walking around fucking confused as hell about their own bodies, feeling safe, not feeling safe, pardon me, feeling like sexual deviants, feeling like they have no one and no space and no community to rely on and talk to. They have to experience and experiment behind fucking hidden pseudonyms and fucking fake FetLife accounts. Like, this is unfair. And my goal with SMEX Ed is to provide educational content that makes us all just recognize it's all fucking normal. It's all normal. And I have been blessed to have a group of about, I think we're 5 or 6 total writers who are helping bring out this first issue that I could not be more excited about. So let's talk a little bit about the issue. The issue is featuring a bunch of different articles that go everywhere from women can come to an exploration on female ejaculation and squirting, talking about what each of them are, the difference between each, the statistics behind each, and kind of how-tos to figure out if you are capable of doing them. We have articles that are talking about the stigma of a male submissive in BDSM, how men are seen as weak and pathetic because they want to be submissives in a dom and submissive relationship, when a lot of these men are actually billionaire CEOs who are every deem of the word quote unquote masculine, and yet they are hit with this stigma because they just want to let control go a little bit and they need a release, and they're seen as weak and pathetic because of it. We have articles that talk about menopause and how to have a sexy, fucking confident sex life after menopause, some tips and tricks to help make sex less painful, more enjoyable. We have an article about crystals to help increase your sex drive. We have an article discussing how to talk to your partner about all things, literally, whether it's, hey, I need you to help more with the chores, or whether it is, hey, we need to sit down and talk about finances, or whether it is, hey, I want to explore this kink. We have a licensed therapist on staff who is writing an article to teach you how to have these difficult conversations with your partner and how to properly communicate to them so that this doesn't end up in a huge fucking fight. We have articles about male, female, male relationships in literature. I'm a big book person. I love my smut books. So we want to focus on bringing those books onto this magazine so other people can start exploring their kinks and themselves through literature. We have an article that talks about the best vibrators for beginners out there. I wrote that article. I love that fucking article that gives you the reasons why I think clit stimulators are the best beginners vibrators for women. And then I go and I recommend my top 3 favorite on there with links. We have amazing fucking articles in every single episode. I did it again. Every single issue is going to contain a training. The magazine itself is completely free, but every single month we will release a training. The training is for our VIP subscribers. In order to become a VIP subscriber, you have to pay $199 a month and you will get access to premium content. Right now, that premium content is trainings done by me to educate you about something that needs to be educating. And this month, it is all about the pussy. And I mean, this is an anatomy class you should have gotten in high school. And it goes through the pussy and the conditioning we go through as women to hate our own fucking bodies. And it goes through to show how pussies are like individual snowflakes, different colors, different textures, different sizes. It goes through to explain what the clitoral hood is, what the scheme glands are, right? It goes through and shows you what you never learned and what you should have about your own fucking anatomy. And so if you subscribe to be a VIP subscriber, like I said, it will be $1.99 a month. And you will get a training each month. In April's issue, I think I might do one on anal sex. I haven't decided. And then we will start putting out more premium content as we go on. So if you subscribe, guess what? You will have access to that premium content every single month. But the magazine is free. And 9 out of 10 things on that articles are free. So even if you don't do the VIP subscription, which I highly recommend all of you do, but if you don't, you still have a wealth of information from me and my staff to help you feel safer in your body. And with saying that as well, this magazine is brought to you by what I like to call messy fucking inspired action. If you followed me from my business coaching days, I always spoke about this, but if you're following me from my sexual empowerment coaching, I don't talk about this. But messy inspired action is when you have an idea and you have a vision, and rather than overthinking it and overanalyzing it and overplanning it, you just take fucking action on it. You get it out as fast as humanly possible because you know that the world needs it. That is what SMEX Ed Magazine is. It is messy inspired fucking action, which means the first issue will not be perfect. There will be spelling mistakes. There will be grammar mistakes. I was reading an article I wrote today and I was like, holy fuck, I got to proofread this again. This is like, I said women instead of woman. And so it is going to be messy, guys. It's going to be messy. There will be articles that sometimes the pictures are a little too small or they're a little too big, right? It's going to be messy. Give us time to perfect it because that's exactly what it's going to take. It's going to take time. It is going to take more than just me putting this up because I am literally the creator, the editor, and the person putting all of this up on its platform. My writers do writing and they do it really fucking well. And they deserve this platform to showcase their writing styles and their social media platforms so that y'all can go and follow them for more information. My writers, if you are listening to this, I cannot like literally truly express how fucking much this means to me that y'all are in this shit with me and that you have all decided to kind of jump on this freight train journey. And my writers have been pushed to the limits between having to get me their rough drafts super quickly and then their second round of edits super quickly, all to get you guys this magazine as soon as humanly fucking possible. So be patient with us, be kind, give us grace as we figure this out with you. Because the platform may completely change month to month, but this is all trial and error. And what matters is that the information is there for you. It's free and you can share it with as many people as humanly possible. So be kind and gracious with us during this time, because this is just, we're winging it in the best way possible. And sometimes in life, you've got to wing it and let the results speak for themselves and let things evolve as they need to evolve. which they will, because I have a feeling that this magazine is going to be, I don't know, massive, transformational, changing the world one fucking kinky article at a time. And so I couldn't be more excited to announce that today, Wednesday, March 1st, the first issue of SMEX Ed will be brought to your tablets, your computers, and your mobile devices. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. And if you like this episode, share it. If you go onto SMEX Ed today and you're reading articles, please, for the love of God, tag me at the Amanda King. If you're reading an article that is written by someone else, tag them. Let them see the love, because they have been busting their asses to get this magazine to you. So please share the love, share the wealth, share the abundance, share the magazine. Thank you so much for listening to the Fierce as Fuck podcast. And some parting words for you today. Remember this: no matter how hard society pushes you down, no matter how many times you fall, as long as you get the fuck back up, they can never stop you. You are unfuckable with. You will win. Don't allow this world to dictate how you show up in it. Don't allow society to make you bend the knee. Instead, make them bend theirs. And don't forget, if you like what you heard, go on to iTunes and Spotify and leave your girl a review. Until next time, my beautiful people.